Yeah, so I'm here to talk about the updates in Framework. Framework, Framework is something we call as actually developer tool, but we are including it in ERP Next because a lot of what Framework makes happen is actually impact in ERP Next. And while so over the last couple of years, I think we have had a lot of this dilemma about what is Framework and how do we take it forward. Because ERP Next is such a stable product now, like any change you make to the framework has huge implications. And we have been really wondering about what the future of framework is. I think the whole direction of what is the future of framework started with the creation of Frappe books at some point to explore a different UI paradigm. So I'm just here to show you like what we have been working on and all the dilemmas that we have kind of hit in the last year or so. So this is one feedback that we received in our churn, that ERP Next is the most frustrating open source software I've ever used. And I'm like, Frappe Cloud, whatever, and then see, you should take a page from Zoho and learn how UI UX should be done, right? And we took this to heart, right? I mean, we agree with this, by the way, that ERP Next is very overwhelming and it is very frustrating to use, like until you get it, like and the point at which you get it is when you start to learn use the awesome bar, right? Once you start using the awesome bar, then it is very easy. But until you figure that out, like the navigation is extremely hard. And the reason why ERP Next is overwhelming is that there is no information hierarchy, like because the whole framework is structured around this idea of doc type. It does not have a very clear hierarchy, even though we have modules. Like modules are not first class in ERP Next. They are just there. And then we had something we call a workplace. So let's quickly look at how the desk front end evolved, right? This is version 7. This used to be the desk, and iPads were out, and this made a really nice hierarchical screen of now you can have beautiful icons that you can pick and get into a module. Somehow we were not very happy with desk for whatever reason, the iconic desktop. And then we kind of had this kind of weird kind of mutation of the iconic desktop, which is maybe now we have sections for different categories. Then in version 15, version 14, I think we came out with this workspace that like nobody knows what the home screen should look like, right? So let people design their own home screens. And we came out with this really basic default home screens for everybody. And then we also introduced a sidebar where you can switch through different workplaces. So now you have modules, you have doc types, and you have workspaces. And there is no real correlation in any of those, right? And all of this navigation mess is what makes ERP Next very overwhelming to use. So we went on multiple projects, right? So this is actually from last year. This is June of 24. So Rucha said, I'm going to rewrite desk, right? We've always been wanting to rewrite desk, and we'll rewrite it and we'll learn from all the cool things that we've been using at Frappe CRM. So this was what that desk rewrite project looked like every module. And this was built in Vue.js using Frappe UI components. Like the idea was, okay, now we have Frappe UI, we have Expresso, why not bring it to framework? Because no point having two different front-end libraries. And this was a project she started, and then somehow we realized that the direction in which this is going, like why not take it, like if you're doing a rewrite, like why not just do a very, very big rewrite? Like let's rethink how we do front ends, right? Why do we want to again reuse the same components? And then we said, let's go one level deeper and build Studio, right? And Studio is actually the future of framework, but this you'll hear about Studio tomorrow. But this was the experiment we did last year to kind of bring Frappe UI front end to desk and the framework. And this is what the CRM screen looks like. We somehow polished this screen over the last year. I think it looks really cool. Again, thanks to Timeless and Sandeep. Sandeep is here. And so we have this really cool polished looking UI. We have really nice forms, and we have a consistent sidebar, and the sidebar is limited, right? What you realize is when you're looking at one module, you have limited sidebar, but ERP Next has 500 objects, and it's really hard to navigate without it. Yeah, and then that was the Studio. So there was one big problem in version 14, right? Is that if you look at the traditional way the user attention goes across the screen, it starts from the top left and then it goes right ways and it goes downwards, right? And the version 15 had a major problem. I hated this. Like the title is on the left, and all the important stuff you see is actually useless stuff, right? The assigned to and created and filters, right? You don't want to see this, right? You want like this really triggered me, right? Because doesn't seem right, this gap. And so yeah, this is 15 list view. So we tried to bring in, you don't see the colors here, the grays, but we tried to bring the same paradigm that we had in Frappe CRM and to ERP Next now. So now we have like the title and the details that are aligned, and all the useless information goes, like not useless, but like not so frequent information, that details go on the right side. And then, we have the form view, which is also the same problem. Again, the same problem with the list and the form. I think, yeah. So this is what the current experiment looks like. I mean, this comes about with a lot of detail, and I think Saqib comes out with the idea that, hey, why not just do it in desk, right? Why not just create the module shell, but not using Frappe UI, just using the standard components, obviously, so that you can reuse all your client scripts and other customizations on top of it. So this is what the proposed version 16 front end looks like. So every module will now, every workspace will have its own sidebar, where you get a very contained feeling that you are within one module, and then you can go to the desktop and you can go to different modules. Yeah. And you are not restricted. Like users is not a module, but you can create now new structures. Like ERP Next is now broken down into simpler apps. So this is the direction we're going. This is still very unfinished. We just wanted to show it for the demo, and hopefully before version 16 release, it's be way more polished. But this is the general direction. So yeah, nothing is happening. We are continuing with the desk. As I call, the desk is dead. Long live the desk. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Ejaaz, engineer at Frappe. So it all started with after an interview. Like I wanted to join the Frappe. I applied first time, then I got rejected, and I applied again. I applied 4 times, but I haven't got shortlisted for the interview. So I text Rushabh that, hey, I want to join Frappe, and this is how I got shortlisted for the interview. And my my first round was with Rushabh. I was sitting next to him. He just opened the GitHub issues and sorted the GitHub issues by most reaction. As you can see, it has 21 thumbs up. So this was the most requested by the community at that time. Horizontal scrollable child table. So he asked me like, "Will you do this?" I said yes. So yeah, this is how the horizontal scrollable child table feature was built. Here's a quick demo. Now you can add as many columns as you want in the child table. And now there is no restrictions of 10 columns or n number of columns. Mm. But when this feature got merged, there is one issue. Like if I scroll the item, as you can see, item, it also got scrolled with all the details. And sometimes we want some details, some important details like item name or quantity or rate to stick to the left while I scroll, so I can see the important details while I scroll. So for this, we have shift another feature called as sticky column or pin column to the left. S- Yeah, so that we can view important details while we scroll or we do other operations. When this feature got merged, I posted it on LinkedIn and got lots of love from the community. Like as you can see, 18.2K impressions, near about 350 likes. And then community wanted same thing in the list view, like we have in the grid view or child table. Because same restrictions was in the list view, you can add only 10 columns, and even if you add 10 columns, it's very hard to see the details. So to fix this issue, we have made list view scrollable, horizontal scrollable, and now there's no restrictions. You can add columns without any restrictions. But yeah. This is how, here is a quick demo. Yeah, while I was working on this, uh, this is a very frustrating thing for me, the list view mobile design. If you see in the version 15, the filters are by default open and you can see only one column with status. But in the new list view design, which will come in version 16, you can add two more columns to the list view. Like as you can see in the list view design, the filters are by default collapse, and you can see more details in the list view design. Yeah, apart from this, there was a print format for doc type. We can create print formats for doc type, but we don't have a option in the desk to create print format for reports. We can create if you want, we can create via HTML files. There are some ways, but now in version 15 and version 16, we can create print formats for report. So here's a quick demo. In print format, you will get an option to select for what you have to create a print format. For example, report or doc type, and then you will have to select the report, and you can add your HTML. Uh, and the, yeah, printing is same as usual. You will just go to the print and select the print format. Yeah, this is how. Now you can create multiple print formats for reports as well. Yeah, we have a option in Frappe framework to hide fields based on roles and permission, but we don't have option to hide data but show the field, or we can say mask data but show the field. So data masking based on roles and permission will come in version 16. For With this, you can hide the important data based on roles and permission, like how roles and permission works, and the fields will be visible. Yeah, here is a quick demo. It's just a short demo. I will just, as you can see, company is visible. I will go to the company via customize form or doc type, click on mask. I will click on save button. And when I reload, yeah, as you can see, I don't have the permission for company to view the data, mask data. So yeah, now it is mask in list view, in form view, in report, everywhere. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.